Now here's a Western game that puts you in the boots of a bounty hunter.
So how's it going, jailbait?
You're real funny, Fuzzface. I'll be laughing real hard when my brother's knocking your teeth out. Yeah, 99 bottles of booze on the wall.
And it's up to you to outwit these brainiacs.
99 bottles of booze. Yeah, pass one down and,
What the heck?
Happy Valentine's Day to all you sweethearts out there.
And this is our review of
Oddworld Stranger's Wrath.
I'd like to thank the publisher for providing me a review copy of the game prior to its release.
It was developed by
Oddworld Inhabitants.
and it was published by
Oddworld Inhabitants.
Way to go on self-publishing. It was released on all major consoles on February 10th for the price of $19.99. Chances are, Oddworld Stranger's Wrath is a game you've probably seen before at some point in your gaming history. It originally released in 2005 as an action-adventure game on the OG Xbox. The game was a spin-off from the World of Abe's Odyssey, which I remember fondly, but never quite got around to doing a full playthrough. 6 years later, an HD remaster was made for the PlayStation 3, Sony Vita, and PC. That was 2011. Then, 9 years later, in 2020, the game was brought back to life on the Nintendo Switch, which I believe was a good move for this aging architecture, as it probably looks great on the smaller screen in handheld mode. The latest version gives the game even further polish, now supporting 4K 60 FPS on the Series X and PS5, which I believe might mark the end of the road for this 17-year-old relic. It's been nice knowing you, old friend. Nice! So, why has this game been republished so many times? And is it worth playing on modern consoles? Well, let's talk about that, shall we? Oddworld Stranger's Wrath definitely takes a unique take on the first-person shooter. Your character uses a crossbow that uses live ammunition, which the ammunition is made of living creatures like fictional insects and small animals that you must hunt and collect within the world. Luckily, these critters litter the maps and are typically placed right next to enemy encounters, so this system really doesn't require a level of ammo rationing found in most survival horror games. This unique take on gameplay forces a new approach to combat, unlike the typical frantic run-and-gun shooters. I'm looking at you, Battlefield. Instead, as you play into latter levels, the game forces you to concentrate on more stealth and luring your enemies away from each other so you can dispatch them quietly. Kinda like Catherine at the Chinese buffet.
Hey, I heard that. I resemble that joke.
The level of comedy within the Oddworld games is top-notch, and if anything, I'd probably say it's been an influence to the humor I put here on the Bean Farm. Ain't that right, Marvin? Oh, shut up! Although the maps change and you obtain new bounties for hilarious criminal masterminds and gain a few ammo types along the way, the gameplay runs dry pretty quick, compounded by the backtracking back to town to turn in each and every bounty, only to be greeted by a street full of NPC chickens that repeat the same 3 phrases over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Just like a game that was designed 17 years ago. Which is fine, you know, fun is still fun, right? Well, it kinda helps if fun still looks fun and feels fun. By now, you will have seen enough of my gameplay to be able to make this judgment on your own. The character model looks great, high-resed, and scaled up to look crisp in 4K. So crisp. But the other objects seem to be suffering a little. And what's up with these camera controls? Throughout my playthrough, I struggled to find a way to adjust my Y-axis speed, as the default setting feel like I was just waiting for my beans to grow. In the end, I welcome bringing the older franchises forward to current gen. I know we're going to see a lot more of this in the future as development costs continue to become unsustainable for most game developers. The graphical, sound design, and architectural requirements have tripled in modern games, but gamers still are determined not to pay more than $60 for new titles. We've seen multiple companies battle this by adding season passes, multiple add-ons, and DLC just to push the purchase prices up to about, what, $120? We're looking at you, Ubisoft. With all this in mind, Oddworld Stranger's Wrath comes in at a smooth $20 asking point. 3 difficulty levels and achievement hunters, knowing that you can stack these for single-run completions in the span of a weekend, depending on how psycho you get with your playtime. As for us here on the farm, we appreciate the nostalgia, but failed to backtrack to the full completion with 3 beans out of 5. Yeah, well, that wraps up that review right there. Here's some notes I took, where I put the keys to the truck. So, you know, we make these new review videos every week, so if you're an indie developer or there's something you want to see, how about no? Or call a pootie. Let us know your thoughts and recommendations in the comments down below. Be sure to visit again next week
As we continue to take humorous stabs at some of the industry's new and upcoming titles.
Stay safe out there. We'll see you next time on the farm.